hey, we're better than these guys, like, for real.
Yeah.
Panthers' 5th round draft pick Kenny Robinson had a unique path to get to the NFL. Coming out of high school, he was a top recruited athlete before he committed to West Virginia and he was moved to safety. During his freshman year at West Virginia, he was an immediate impact player as he earned honorable mention All Big Ten honors. He followed up his sophomore year and made first team All Big Ten. With poised for a breakout junior season, Robinson got caught up in an academic cheating scandal, and as a result, he was expelled from the school. Being only removed from high school for 2 years, Robinson wasn't eligible to enter the NFL draft just yet, so he had two options: either enter the transfer portal in college and go to another school, or he could join the XFL and play professional football for 1 year before entering the draft and taking that path. Robinson chose the latter, and he ended up being a member of the St. Louis Battlehawks of the XFL, where he was also an outstanding player. During his 2 years in college and his 1 year in the XFL, Robinson recorded 9 interceptions and had 9 pass breakups, so that elite ball production is reflective of his skill set as a Ballhawk safety with tremendous range and ball skills. So what we're going to do in this video is look at what the Panthers are getting with Kenny Robinson, who's the newest addition of Thieves Avenue. On this first play, Robinson's going to be your single high middle of the field safety. Kansas State comes out in this 2-by-1 formation with the 2 receivers lined up to the wide side of the field. What they're going to do here is run this slant corner route combination with the number 1 receiver at the bottom of your screen running a slant and the inside slot receiver running the corner. First, you'll notice is Kenny Robinson's going to gain depth and follow the number 2 receiver, and that's when the quarterback's going to look towards the slant route. Watch as the quarterback prepares to throw. Kenny Robinson's going to plant his foot. Now watch the ground that he's able to cover to jump the slant route, get the interception, and then watch what he's able to do with it once he gets the ball in his hands. So off the bat, you see Kenny Robinson's ability as a single high coverage safety. His ability to read the quarterback's eyes. He does a good job gaining depth, staying on top of the deepest receiver, and he has a very good ability to break on the ball, and here he does a good job getting high pointing the football, and he's a playmaker once he's able to get the ball in his hands. On his next play, West Virginia comes out in this 2-deep split safety look. Oklahoma's going to come out in a trips right formation, and they're going to send their 2 outside receivers on short and intermediate crosses. They're going to send their inside slot receiver down the seams. So what you'll see after the snap, you're going to read the safety here. Kenny Robinson's going to rotate into a single high safety, and West Virginia's going to transition into a cover 3. So it's a bit of a coverage disguise there. You show a 2-deep split safety look pre-snap and rotate into a single high safety look with a cover 3. Kyler Murray's going to identify the cover 3. So what he sees is a single high safety, and now he knows that he has to attack the seam, as that's the weakness of this coverage. But as a thief, that's what we want the quarterback to think. What you'll see here is Kenny Robinson's going to do a good job of continuing to cue the quarterback. Now watch how fast he's able to get from the middle of the field to the hash, and then he's able to high point the football, get the interception, and get the red zone turnover for his defense. Then again on this play, you're going to see Kenny Robinson rotate into a single high safety here, and he's going to be on the hash. This time the quarterback's a little bit more obvious of staring down his receiver, so Kenny's going to do a good job of reading the quarterback's eyes. Now watch how quickly he's going to be able to get from the hash to the numbers, and then once again make a play on the ball and get a turnover for his defense with the ball going the other way. And then lastly on this play, the St. Louis Battlehawks will come out in this cover 2 look. So Kenny Robinson's going to be a split safety in this case, and again he just does a good job of cueing the quarterback, getting depth in his drop, staying behind the deepest receiver, and once again you'll see his ability to attack the football, try to high point it. In this play he's going to be able to get the PBU for his defense. Robinson's also shown potential in man coverage, although this is an area where he's still evolving. On his first play, he's going to step out to the box and he's going to be matched up with the slot receiver. When the receiver starts to eat Kenny Robinson's cushion, he does a good job of breaking down and getting on the receiver's hip. And once he's on his hip, he's going to run with the receiver across the field through the duration of the route. And when the ball's in the air, he does a good job of undercutting the route, getting his hands on the football. And as we've seen before, once he gets his hands on that football, he has a potential for 6 going the other way. He just has that kind of ball hawking ability at the safety position. Here again, you're going to see him matched up against the slot receiver. What he'll do here is starts with a back pedal. As the receiver eats his cushion up and he turns his hips towards the dig route, Robinson does a good job of getting in position to undercut the dig route in case the quarterback targets him. Then lastly, here again, he's going to see Robinson matched up against the slot receiver, just going to be following the receiver throughout the duration of his route, staying on his hip, and then once the ball's in the air, it's his. You're just once again just seeing great ball skills and playmaking ability from Kenny Robinson. So when you talk about Thieves Avenue, this is a guy that fits that definition, and he'll fit right in and help change the culture in that Panthers secondary. Kenny Robinson's also a willing and able tackler. While at West Virginia, he had over 120 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, and also forced a fumble. He also had over 20 tackles in 5 games in the XFL with the Battlehawks. On this play, you're going to see a good job of having his closing speed to get to the ball carrier. Then once there, does a good job of breaking down, keeping his head up. Then he'll wrap up, be physical at the point of contact, and get the ball carrier on the ground. Then on this next play again, you're going to see him coming down from that free safety position, and he's going to be head on with this running back. He does a good job of breaking down, staying low. He's just going to be able to flip the guy, get him on the ground, and prevent those additional yards after contact. Here he's going to come down again from that free safety position, disengage from a block, stay in pursuit, maintain a good angle, and be able to get the quarterback down. And then on this last play, what you'll see is just his closing speed and read and react ability. Once he's able to sniff that play out, he attacks downhill fast, get to the ball carrier, get him on the ground, and prevent any minimal gain on this play. Now with that said, he does have a tendency to have lapses in his tackling that you'll see occasionally. Like on this play here, you're going to see the wide receiver coming across the middle, and instead of making a sound fundamental tackle on this play, you're just going to give him a little bit of a shoulder. And as a result, the receiver is just going to be able to spin right off of him and get into the end zone for a touchdown. So these are just the kind of things you would want to see eliminate. Sometimes he'll have a tendency to come in and not be under control, or he'll come in with an arm tackle or take a poor angle on occasion. So these are just some things we want to see ironed out. Now with that said, keep in mind some of these clips are from his sophomore year in college, and you typically see tremendous growth in a player from sophomore year in college to when he becomes a pro. So it's just something to keep an eye on, but I expect it to be fixed at the next level. Overall, he did show an ability to be a sound fundamental tackler. And other than occasional lapses in tackling, the other area of improvement that stood out was just processing on some plays. Occasionally you'll see a team run a combination with a receiver coming across the middle to threaten him. Now he'll leave his duties as that deep free safety, leaving receivers open behind him. And you just saw that happen a couple times, particularly in this Oklahoma game, where he'll bite on the underneath receiver and leave his deep coverage responsibility. Now you're leaving your corner on an island with outside leverage on these deep receivers, and with a guy as fast as Hollywood Brown, that'll come back to burn you. So just being more disciplined and being able to mentally process routes, and that'll come with experience, but that's just the only area of improvement that I saw from being able to watch a few games of Kenny Robinson. So overall, I like what I see from Kenny Robinson. He has the ball production and playmaking ability that you look for at that position. He could end up being a draft steal, in my opinion. When you look at the circumstances he went through, he didn't able to participate at the combine. He didn't have a pro day to be able to work out, put an athletic profile on him, and meet face-to-face with scouts and executives. So off the bat, coming into the draft, he was at a significant disadvantage in that regard. But now that the Panthers got him in the 5th round and you see the abilities he possesses, it's just time to go to work and see what he's made of. So I look forward to seeing what we're going to see from the newest member of Thieves Avenue coming up this season.